Hello friends and ex-lovers. I thought today we could do like sort of a part 2 to the things men have said to me video, because I asked everyone for the most notable and terrible things men have said to them, and I got literally thousands of responses, but I tried to pick ones that didn't remind me of how bad the world is and ones that weren't like too triggering. So I'm going to share them with you. Soupy doopy. I'll also probably grab some of your negativity. My grandma watched my last video and said I should be grabbing handfuls. So I guess I'll grab a handful. Anyways, last night I was laying in bed thinking about all the embarrassing things I've ever said in my life. And the first neurologist I went to for this like pain on this side of my body was, one, wildly unhelpful, and two, like, had no idea what was going on. So he was just like doing like the exam where they're like, you know, squeeze my fingers, and it reminded me of those like ASMR role plays. And I love those. I don't know if, I'm sure some of you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, why did I bring up ASMR roleplay to this man? Incredible question. There is literally no answer. And I was like, you know, I've like watched, there were so many better ways to phrase this. I've like watched ASMR roleplay of this. And he was like, what? And I was like, ASMR roleplay, you know, like ASMR. And he said, no. I don't, like, doctors not knowing about ASMR, hard for me to believe. Hard for me to believe. Anyways, it was pretty much uncomfortable from then on out. Shall we get started? I want to cover you in peanut butter and see how much I can lick off before my allergy kills me. I wonder if he did that and if his allergy killed him. Sorry if you didn't get my reference. Bucky Barnes is a Marvel character. What is the deal with Marvel? Why do we have that? I want to go to a parallel universe where that doesn't, where there's not that. The absence of that. One time I took off my clothes in front of a man and he said, how much do you weigh? More than you little pissant. Watch how you talk to me. Yeah, sure, painting is a hobby, but do you have actually useful hobbies like investing? Have you seen, I saw a video on TikTok that said cryptocurrency is an MLM for men. They were onto something. They really were. That makes a lot of sense to me. I was an intern for my school's hockey team. He looks at my screen of me making our website and says, wow, you're really a dedicated fan. I feel secondhand embarrassment for him. You sweat nicely. No one has ever or ever will say that to me because I don't. And I'm kind of a heavy sweater, and you're not gonna want to hear this, but my face sweats like when I get really hot. But still, that's horrible. Have you seen Wolf of Wall Street? My life is like that, but with more drugs and more sex. As if. That's another thing, like Wolf of Wall Street, Marvel, what are we doing? I also don't want to, in my universe I'm going to move to, that doesn't exist either. Once I went on a date with a guy who worked in Oregon procurement, and in the middle of SEX, he said, usually I work with corpses, but you're the body now. One of my exes wanted a pic of just my bra, not me in it. There's probably a lot to unpack there. I will not be unpacking it. I hope that man goes to therapy. Actually, I hope every man ever goes to therapy. They love to get under this blanket. They love to get under it and fight. It's like the third beige. It's like the third beige in this house. It's in, it's a critical piece of the oatmeal wars. A battleground for the beige brigade. The chronic ankle pain you have had for years is just caused by tight muscles. A man has said that same thing to me, but it was like the pain on this side. If you were a little older, we could date. For context, I was 19, he was 53. Coupon. Soupy. Behave yourself. Behave yourself, Soup. Behave. We're saucy. Don't get crazy, girl. This one is fat phobic warning. Actually, there should be trigger warnings on most of these. In bed, stroking my tummy. Did you know the fat of marina mammals is called blubber? I did not know that. Love him though, he's just very bad with situational awareness. He told me, you need therapy. Then he broke up with me. Then in therapy, I realized I'm gay. Slay. I once had a man on Tinder ask if I had daddy issues, and when I said, not really, he unmatched me. The things men will say to you on dating apps, it will take years for historians and, what are they called? Anthropologists to unpack that. They'll spend years doing it. Years. They'll never figure it out. Your calves are big, you should eat a salad. This reminds me of two things. Once I was walking in the woods. In the woods I was walking on like this little path trail, and we were kind of in the woods, so this man could have easily gone around me. He shoulder checked me, and then he said, watch where you're going. In the woods. Anyways, he had his like sweatpants rolled up to like right here, so you could see his calf muscles. And I'm like, that's for sure a choice, and it's not a good one. And it also reminds me of when I was in college. My sorority had like a cook, and you could like mark up and someone could come eat with you, so you like, it doesn't matter. Anyways, one time I brought these two boys. Well, one had moved my TV, and that's why I did that for him. It was like a huge TV. Anyways, we were eating, like, there were two options of salad in the kitchen, and one was like, you know, like when they do like the spinach salad and the dressing is like sugar and bacon fat. If you don't know about that, I hope you find out about it soon. It's incredible. And I didn't take that one. I didn't want that one, so I chose like iceberg lettuce and put like, I don't even remember what I put on it. But anyways, we sat down, and he said, you know, you should really try to eat lettuce that, has more nutritional value. No, I didn't know that. Thank you. Thank you for that. I don't have a favorite color. Only girls do that. Yeah, let's gatekeep favorite colors. Wow, you look so much like my sister. Can I get your number? Yeah, that is gross, Soup. You're right. Our relationship was like the Iraq War, entered for regrettable reasons, but difficult to leave. I don't have a joke for that, I just wanted to read that. After I told him I'm 27, do you even remember 9/11? We were not talking about 9/11. Men are obsessed with... After seeing I had queer in my profile, a man on Tinder opened with, quote, love queers, end quote. He said I give off T-ball coach energy. I cheated on you because my childhood cat passed away and you're being insensitive. You'd be a 10 if you didn't have all these opinions in a conversation about civil rights. My very best friend in the world just made like a Hinge profile, and her answers were like being silly. All her answers were like mayonnaise, no matter what the question was. And then some boy messaged her and was like, do you really like mayonnaise that much? And she was like, yes. And he was like, you're hot, but not hot enough to love mayonnaise that much. What? All women want kids. You may not now, but you will change your mind. You know who said that to me once? Something like that to me once? A woman that I trusted. We were talking about kids, and I was saying that I literally don't want to be within 1,000 feet of one. And I definitely don't want one in my house or in my body. She was like, I trusted this woman. She was like, you shouldn't let your second wave feminine feminist ideals get in the way of wanting a family. I was like, what the fuck does that even mean? If you had $1 million and you were like, what are the different waves of feminism? I would say, you're gonna have to keep the $1 million. I have no idea. This one just says, he confessed murder to me. I think we'll probably end it there. Yeah, I heard that, sister. Soupy doopy poopy, roopy doopy doopy. You say hello, soup. Thinking I'd find sugar at the bottom. Pew, 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 pew. I love you. Anyways, I'll grab a handful of your negativity. Focus it in one spot. Focus it. Focus it. I'm coming for it. Absolutely massive. Thoughts, yes or no? Okay. Not Soup's jam. Where do I put it? I guess in my pocket. I love you. Bye.